How's it going, guys? It's your boy Stas here. Welcome back to another video, by the way. Got my second double espresso on deck. You know it's a nasty day when we have two double espressos on deck, and I somehow got my hands on some freaking coconut water. Look at that, guys. We got the coconut water today. What's going on, man? Either way, cheers. I appreciate you all for tuning in as we're about to go over Palantir, break down the charts as I want to share with you guys my thoughts here and go over why I think we're close to a bottom, at least based on these charts, right? We have a lot to cover, guys, so hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, join the Patreon for my portfolio updates, chart breakdowns, the Discord, all that linked down below in the comments as well. And now, let's just get into it. So we all know, at this point, guys, we all know NVIDIA reported earnings yesterday. It caused NVIDIA stock to go up 5-6%, the entire market to pop as well, only to, well, go right back down today. Look, as of this video, it's about 1:30 p.m. East Coast time. We're down on the S&P 0.5%. Same with the Dow. Actually, the Dow's almost back green. It's only down 0.25%. The NASDAQ's down 1%. Same with the Russell, right? Actually, I'm screwing all this up. It's not, whatever. Every index, I'm reading them wrong here, guys. I need my freaking glasses. I don't know what's going on. Either way, we're down across the board. We gave back all the gains from post NVIDIA's earnings, and now we're back in the red. And Palantir, I'm not sure if you guys saw it, it was up to $175 this morning, and now we're at $158. We're down $17, 10% from that intraday high. And you might be like, Stas, you think a bottom's coming? It's free falling. Well, you're right. It is free falling, and you could argue the bottom is not in sight. But as you pull the layers back a little bit, you realize, okay, obviously we're dumping on the 4-hour. We're under the moving averages now, right? We're down 30% from all-time highs. We're in the thick of this pullback. We're in it. We're in it now, guys. We're here, Bear market. Welcome. And as you pull back the layers even more, guess what? You're going to realize, wait a second, we're actually approaching a major level of support on the 1-year chart. And you might be like, wait, I remember, Stas, you talked about this before. You're right, I did. Because look, this is a level that we covered, I think about, last video? It's been a couple days. I mentioned, guys, 145 on this 1-year chart is right by the 180 SMA. And this is exactly where we held. Do you guys remember this? We covered this. This is exactly where we held back in April during that crash. Do you guys remember before April, we hit $125, right? $125 a share. And at that point, people were screaming, oh my God, the valuation is too high. Okay, rightfully so. And then it came down big time. People were saying the collapse is here. Palantir pretty much cut in half, guys. 47% drop. And yeah, looking back, man, I really held, a lot of us held through that dip. We had balls of steel back then, right? And now we're seeing a similar type of drop. And you all know what happened after that pullback back in April, how crazy we went. And look, back in April, like I said, we hit that 180 SMA after that 47% drawdown, and we bounced right off of it, and now we're approaching the same level. So in my opinion, call me crazy, I think this is a beautiful time to add Palantir. And that might be, a contrarian talking point now. I don't know, considering everybody's like, oh, the AI trade's over, Palantir is overvalued, Carp, the business is not, the moat's going to deteriorate. Carp said this on CNBC, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't care. I think this is a great buy the dip opportunity, and it's just a no-brainer. I'm looking at it even as a long-term, ad here. Well, I obviously already own the stock long-term, but I'm looking to add my more long-term shares, and I'm heavily considering a swing trade. I'm actually leaning more towards a swing trade, especially now that we got these earnings from NVIDIA. They were good, very good, amazing guidance, double beat. Essentially, they gave us certainty that the AI trade is not over, right? At least right now. And the market, the market's taking that news and we're selling off with it. I think this is actually an even better opportunity to get in on this sell-off. It makes sense to me, because look, I don't think the AI trade's over. I don't, and I think we're selling off today. Simply, it's simply a sell the news event in the overall AI stock space, if you will. After these NVIDIA earnings, we got the September labor market data, unemployment rate, non-farm payrolls. So the market's kind of juggling this info today, digesting it, right? And I think over the coming days, week or two, I think we're going to be higher. I think we're going to rebound, unless we get some other crazy catalyst that we don't see now. Obviously, that's always that could always happen. But I think we're getting ready for a rebound. That's just my opinion. It's going to take the market a couple days to digest these earnings from NVIDIA. The data we just got, we have rate cuts potentially coming. Are they not? Once we get more insight on that heading into that December meeting, that could cause the market to come back. So yeah, I'm eyeing this up, guys. I think it's an easy, well, okay, I don't want to say that. Nothing's ever easy. I don't want to say that. But I think it's a juicy, we'll say that. I think it's a juicy buy the dip opportunity, especially if it gets somehow back to the 140s, guys. If we get back to the 140s, I'm going to be buying swing trade shares 100%. And if we somehow get under, 140s, let's say we pull up this 3-year chart, you could always say, okay, Palantir could go down to 130, right by this 50 SMA. That's also a big support on this 3-year chart. You can make that case. All right, if we get there, guys, I'll be buying even more. At that point, that would be even better, an even better buying opportunity. So I think this is going to get bought up. I think the charts look great. I think we needed this pullback, guys. I mean, if you look at, once you start pulling up the 1-year chart, once you start pulling up the 3-year chart, you realize how crazy Palantir, how crazy it got to the upside. This was needed, right? This pullback was needed, and, it could have a little more to go, honestly, to the downside, but I don't think much more. I think these buyers are going to come in, and I'm one of them. And I'm waiting for that, right opportunity. I think we're getting there. So we're down 4.5% on Palantir. The entire market's down. Again, like I said, I think it's an opportunity after we got those numbers we got from NVIDIA. Now, let's say if NVIDIA's numbers were horrible, right? Let's say they were terrible. First of all, the market will be down way more today if they had horrible numbers. Think about that. They had great numbers and the market's down. Could you imagine how much more down it would be if the numbers were bad, right? So let's say they had bad numbers, brought the entire market down even more. Then I might have a different take here. I might be like, all right, I'm holding off on Palantir a little bit, for the coming weeks maybe, but the fact that they crushed earnings, guidance is good, sentiment seems strong, bullish, and we're selling off. It's like, oh, okay, it's just an opportunity, right? We're selling off on good numbers, good news. Hey, I'm looking at that as an opportunity. So yeah, we'll leave it at that, guys. I don't want to, convince you to do this or do that. That's just my thought, my breakdown, the way I'm interpreting what's going on right now, and you guys can go and do with what you will. You know what I mean? That's how we're looking today, and I'm excited. Whenever I see red, yeah, it's painful in the short term, right? But it opens up opportunities. And in the midst of, red days, selling, bear markets, correction territory, just turn off your portfolio. Check it less often. Go out with your family, guys. Enjoy your time, your holidays, and this too shall pass. So what do you guys think? Let me know. Follow along for more, and join the Patreon if you want to be a part of the community. Join my, Discord. See what I'm doing in my portfolio week in, week out. I'm posting updates every single week, guys. Full transparency, right? Screenshots, the whole 9 yards. Linked down below on Patreon, or it's in the comments. Make sure you guys join. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you in the next video.